And here, I didn't really like any of my augment choices. Uh,
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I think it was fine. I think that's okay.
um, I personally don't like solo plate because I don't like the positioning that comes with it,
Okay, yeah.
and I typically don't think calculus is very strong right now, so I just kind of defaulted to that two trick,
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
I
I
guess.
think any of these are fine, but yeah, two trick. What it is? Yeah, two.
As you can see here, I'm a little dizzy trying to figure out what to do with the other drops.
Yeah, I think I would just level for the Lulu here.
Yeah,
I guess another
I
thing.
ended up leveling for the Caitlyn.
Yeah, you could also consider rerolling Scion because now that you already have three, like a pretty big lead, or if you like that line.
Yeah, yeah, I do enjoy that line, but I typically only like it if I like have something like trade sector or too much value or an affiliate early.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
having three Scions is like compared to having Trade Sector with one Scion, it's gonna give you about much gold. Trade Sector gives you about 6 rolls, so like 12 gold per stage. One Scion is worth about like 15 gold.
Makes sense.
Because on average it takes about like about that many shops to find one. Just like Trade Sector by 4-1 will give you again like about 30 gold. Having having three Scions compared to one Scion is about like gold. It was like not that big, but I'd probably do something over Caitlyn last round as well. Because you're not making econ anyway.
Yeah,
Um, I think like Twist of Fate and then go into build just like potentially an option.
yeah, I'm just not very comfortable with the build line.
Yeah.
I think I scanned this one. If I remember correctly. Or no, I think I lost. I actually don't remember. I will be real. Yeah. Okay. I also think I overvalue Caitlyn early for
Yeah, Caitlyn's
the
like I don't think she's particularly good compared to the other one costs. Like I think she's fine, but I don't think stronger DPS units.
yeah, I just tend to find that I can use her to cheese uh early combats sometimes.
Yeah.
And I tend to like that having that option.
Yeah. I think the weaker your board is and more valuable it is, but since you have like upgraded frontline and backline, I think like indexing more and trying to win like front to back makes more sense. This one, of course, has to be Tristana.
That makes sense. I think I level and put in the yeah, I level and put in the
Yeah. Oh, I think leveling is
Leona.
fine, but yeah, Tristan over Kate for sure. I think every
Yeah, that makes
other,
sense.
yeah, every other round is like kind of like a side grade. Like I would have done Ash on 2-2 probably. Well, I think I would have been Twist of Fate just itemized him, but I think Ash like stronger than Caitlyn. But here, the extra trait, of course.
Yeah, I just forget Jin is uh
Yeah.
a gunslinger most of the time because I don't usually use him for his traits. I just use him because he's a decent body early. Yeah, as you can see, I just sell it immediately. I see most. What are my hands doing? I see most people were left side here, or sorry, right side here.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I've moved. Or at least the people I could fight anyway. And don't. Maybe this would have been. That might actually be a Tristana difference now that I think about it.
It's a pretty big difference. Again, you could even go like Aphelios over Caitlyn. But yeah, I think we talked about this. If you're kind of Aphelios, if you lost a round, would require you to sell one unit to make econ. But I think just like in general, just I think in 2-2 specifically is the most one of the most clear examples. Like if you're not making the next econ breakpoint no matter what, you might as well play the strongest unit in your shop. When did you record this game?
This was earlier today,
Okay.
and spoilers, I guess seconds, and I think it's because of some positioning issues in the end game.
Yeah, I'm starting to just learn about this, like only pretty recently. But if you do hit Leona too, I think that unlocking Diana is like pretty appealing.
Yeah, uh, I've learned about that pretty much a few games after this, but also I don't have Diana items here. Although I think
Yeah, I mean you have Shojin
end
and
up
then Bell. It's fine.
I end up getting Diana items now that I think about it because I end up playing Warwick here, which is one
Yeah,
of my
fine.
preferred comps. Um, I remember I had Blast Shield, so I just leveled to put in Blast Shield because it's a ton of free health early.
Yeah,
I think at this point, because of the items I had, I was thinking about leaning that way
okay.
because
Yeah,
I feel very comfortable with the line.
yeah, I think that's fair. I think like Yunara Lissandra is like still on the table as well as
True.
just trying to like um potentially like play like a makeshift comp until level 8 or until 9 as well. I like depending on how the next fights go.
I don't know what I did here. I think it might have been a row. There we go. Let's take that. I'm not entirely sure what I put in the ash here.
Yeah, I would just go Freljord here over like you could do it like over Piltover stronger.
Oh, yeah, you're right,
Also can
actually.
Invoker. I think for me also like with your item setup, I'm thinking it's potentially like Yunara and Lissandra looks like like duo backline carry. So that's another reason like it stands out to me.
Yeah, I just haven't played very much Shooter on the patch, so I guess it was kind of out of my mind.
Yeah. Well, it could be like Warwick and Lysandra as well.
Sure.
I think rolling here on 7 is not that much value because you're gonna roll on 8
Uh,
pretty soon.
yeah, so I did 2 rolls here, to try, or a few rolls here to try and find. I was looking specifically for the buy two.
Yeah, I think this is pretty. I think this is pretty
Yeah,
costly.
yeah, it was a very suspect roll, but I got bailed out. In fact, I was saying in my mind it was not very. I was actually said out loud. It wasn't a very good spot to be rolling.
Yeah, because you're basically stronger for 1 round and then you're kind of weaker for the rest of the game. I mean, this is definitely like one of the weaknesses of Warwick. If you're spending an extra, like you're spending an extra like 8 gold on level 7, whatever. It's quite a lot.
Yeah. Honestly, if I had known about the what's her name, the Diana comp here, I would have probably got it.
Yeah, for sure. I
Because
didn't really know about it either. Yeah, I think Diana would be on here.
I just unlocked her and I have 2 items that are acceptable. Well, one's her part of her base and the
I
other
think you
item's
do like 3,
acceptable on her.
honestly, like Shojin QSSBT. I think it's like more than.
Uh, yeah, I think tiny bit deadly here. I think it's the best choice of them. And then I hit
Fine.
the I did buy the Diana.
Yeah,
I think I play her with the items for this round, but because I just unlocked Warwick as
right,
well,
yeah.
I swapped to that afterwards.
Yeah.
Because I think, well, more. I am more comfortable with the line, and also I have like half the units for it already.
Yeah, for sure. I think around this stage in the game, you want to like declump your backline a little bit.
Yeah.
Just because like if you go up against someone with a Swain, it's gonna hit your entire board.
I tend to be one of those players who doesn't use a like the I use the planner like depending on game state. Like I don't have preset planners.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do. I will say I am pretty interested in like the Lysandra variation, as you do have a Shojin. I guess you could just hold on Senna. Fine.
Here I completely agree for round. I don't think I win even if I didn't have the positioning error I made, but right, I think I win anyway.
I feel like your positioning looks fine to me. I mean, you
I
have
mean
your
at the
tower kind
start,
of back in the back, but like it's not the tower is not like
well,
at 3 failure is not super tanky anyway.
the issue with the positioning is I grief my Warwick here.
Yeah, I mean he has to lose like a few auto attacks. That's not like the biggest deal. I feel like.
That's fair, but yeah, uh,
Like it's not ideal, but I don't think it like matters that much.
and I don't think it. I think I definitely think I should have lost that, but I don't know. My son is really strong. I don't remember what I pick here. Let me just pick an item like put on Warwick.
I would probably roll here.
I think I spent too much time thinking about positioning here to roll.
Um, yeah, I think you would just put like the Jinx over by the Ash. She's not really doing.
Yeah.
So basically, like if you fight someone with Swain, they're gonna target your Senna. So it's just like makes it a little bit more likely they like target the right/middle of the board.
Makes sense, makes sense.
Yeah, I mean if you win without rolling, it's really good. Then it's like you can go 9 also. I mean you're trying to go 9 either way.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I'd
I'm
say like 3 pretty big
well
upgrades.
here I have like ton of
Yeah.
I think I thought it
Yeah.
wasn't all that valuable at this point because I'm rolling for 2 and
Yeah.
I'm
I think getting a Sedge is
really
pretty
strong
reasonable.
already.
You can go I think you can go either way. Yeah, I think stopping after a Sedge is like
My Ash is 1v1 ignored.
yeah. Yeah, it's really good.
I think I level next turn, which or do I wait? I don't know.
If you have enough gold, I
I
think it's
think
okay. It depends how much this round drops you. But I think leveling next turn is fine because if you win the round, the 4 gold difference. So like,
yeah.
if you can like level and roll.
I also did it because I had my next in already, and I should have rolled components here first, but I thought about that afterwards.
I'd reforge glove here.
That makes
Just
sense.
here, glove you want like exactly steadfast. With here you can go
Well, I was also thinking specifically about the IE for the Senna.
oh yeah, you definitely because you already have 3 Senate items. Even if I use a little bit better, you definitely want tank items here because you already
Yeah,
have
that
like
makes sense.
2 full build carries, so you can make your board stronger with ROM item. Yeah,
This
so
is
the
me
way I would look at it
counting.
is just like steadfast versus like adaptive Val and spirit visage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'll level here for sure.
Yes. Here, do you think I should? Well, I realized I didn't have Jinx 2 yet either, but do you think
Uh
I should have just sold the Loris and got the Lucian and the Jinx here? Or do you think it's okay to lock this shop?
huh. I think you go either way, honestly. I think like selling a Loris for a Lucian is fine. I think locking is fine also.
Okay.
You can think of locking as almost like you're buying a Loris for like 5 gold, which I think is like pretty reasonable at this stage. Okay, but also like if you don't want to do that, I think you go.
I think I lose this round. Or no, I know. Here, I didn't buy the Jinx because I don't think I realized yet that she wasn't upgraded.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I would think like
Yeah,
here, ideally, don't have Infinity Edge. You have another frontline item, and then you don't care about the Jinx much. Because off this next carousel,
yeah.
I'm thinking you also frontline item.
Yeah, I'm taking a frontline item as the next carousel, I think. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I do. But I don't remember if it got taken from me. I remember saying out loud that it was good I eliminated this guy here because he was looking to be starting to get very strong. I think I was left with
I think
I,
Sterix Val steadfast.
I take the steadfast.
Also RNG.
Yeah. I just didn't want to get left with a second whatever it's called. See how it's called. Sunfire Cape.
Yeah.
Because I had some very embarrassing item slams in my game earlier that I still top forward, but I ended up having all 3 anti-heal items in that game.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. Yeah, you're pretty likely. I mean, unless like the exact 3 people take Derek's Val and the other thing. That fast.
Um, I typically think Brahm's the better tank in this
Yeah,
setup.
definitely. One way you can just like generally, you probably know this, but like generally evaluate the Targon units is they're stronger than the other units if they don't have their traits. But since Braum you have Freljord and you have Warden, should be stronger.
I think
Doesn't 100% always follow that, but it's pretty consistent. And Tarek also has some of his power budget in a team wide like magic resist buff.
I was considering maybe dropping something the tag for the Fiddlesticks effect. Fiddlesticks too, but I also don't think so.
Yeah, I think you could definitely consider dropping just some of these traits for better units. Like if you can hit like I mean I think like Kindred is already like really close to how strong. Like Kindred 1 is already like strong to Ash. Like really close.
Yeah, I think you kind of need Zon 3 for um the dog, and I don't know what I would drop for Kindred.
Yeah. Well I think just like 1-to-1 for Ash I think is like already pretty close.
Okay. So you dropped the Freljord?
Yeah. And just being like 2 out of 3 Freljord, but that will also help you like that'll also help you like transition out of your other units as well.
That makes sense.
But since you were 9 on 5-2, I want to say. At this point, it's like not that unlikely. You can have like more 2-star legendaries. If you just like, for example, had like a Kindred and a Fiddle first got though.
Yeah, I also just didn't hit Lucian Senna for a long time.
Yeah,
And I
but it's
was
also that's the thing. It's because like you're looking for like one specific thing. But let's just say like you're playing Kindred over Ash, and you could just buy the Kindreds. You might hit the Kindred
yeah,
2 first, and then you could give like Kraken Last Whisperer so you could itemize her.
I mean it makes sense. I was hyper focused on getting Lucian Senna. And then this is the part that I was like wondering if maybe I could have and should have won this.
Yeah.
I think our boards are. I think I could win if I get good positioning, but I tried a position and I don't know if I don't.
His position almost looks like he could wrap on the right side,
That's why I tried later. Uh,
but
then I messed it up 1 round.
I'm not sure. It's not definitely doesn't seem anything like viable for me. To me, yeah, I mean it looks close, but he's also sitting on 50 gold, so
Yeah, he goes 10. I'm pretty sure.
yeah. Here probably just
Uh,
strikers flip.
yeah, I just take a striker spell and put it on the Jinx. I think here I decide I can try and push 10.
You can go 10 for sure. You're almost guaranteed 10 unless you take a 8 unit loss back to back. Because
And
if you
then
take 7
here,
unit loss, 8 unit loss, you're 1 HP. Make it to stage 7. Um, you always make it.
here I think about swapping position, and then I am like, oh wait, I grief my fucking Warwick.
Yeah, unfortunate. Okay.
But I don't think it. It might be the differential, but honestly, yeah, it probably is because he gets stuck on the Braum for 32 years.
It's a pretty big diff here, because it's also the Braum is an anti-healed, and the Braum has like
So I swapped to this positioning, thinking maybe because I'm trying to get my Warwick away from the Osandra because
yeah.
the Osandra can one shot it.
One thing you could try to do is do something similar to um what you did last time, where the Warwick kind of walks around, but also have some other melee units in front on the left side, so it kind of like fills little space. The Warwick goes straight to the corner.
That makes sense.
Um, I don't know if I would like try to do that unless I was really desperate. Like these fights look pretty competitive. But yeah, so I don't know if I would like go for that, but hopefully you could try.
As you can hear, I'm frantically trying to figure out
Yeah.
what I'm doing. I put Kindred in, and I think part of me thinks uh, I end up itemizing her. I wonder if it's just better to leave them on the Jinx here.
I would think Jinx is better than Kindred one, but I'm not sure.
And then I end up losing here because my Warwick, my Warwick procs the set passive,
Yeah.
and then instead of
Yeah.
wrapping or going to the Ornn, I don't understand why he like sprints across the map.
I think it's because like the set is like still there when he's like going for push-ups for like a bit.
Okay.
Whereas like if a unit dies, it's like I mean I'm not a software developer, but the way I understand it is like when a unit dies, it's like immediately gone, and then like your melee units just walk through. But Set is obviously like a really unusual unit, so he probably lingers there for like a split second, then Warwick
So
like just can't get through.
do you think that positioning there would have been was the fight diff?
I mean it could be. I feel like all your fights were really close, so I
Yeah.
do think having like the Senna Warwick same side is pretty important, as well as like your
Yeah.
anti heal, because right now like your damage is kind of split, which makes like a really big difference, especially
I
against Kindred. I think it's like a huge difference.
I realized it late,
Yeah, yeah.
towards
No,
the
I
end of that
understand.
fight that I had it on the wrong side.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, obviously it was a lot to think of that turn, but
but
yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think the fight's pretty competitive for sure. I would just say like,
I
oh, yeah.
so you go.
I would say like overall, I think the biggest thing that I see in this game that will like improve is being a little more like flexible in the early game and just like making sure you look out for like uh opportunities for like strongest board in your shop. Like playing the Caitlyn the whole stage without like Piltover or long shot. I think that's probably like
Yeah. And then I had I think it was this game that I wanted to show them. Double check. Yeah, this is another. I think I could have won this, but I don't. I'm curious why.
yeah, sure.
So I'm running into a lot of issues where I am absolute. I mean, like here. I'll just upload. This is the Sandra portal. My last 20, according to Meta TFT, is I've been like getting consistent seconds and thirds, but
Yeah.
like as you can see, I have
I can't
only
see
won
your I
once.
can't see your screen
Oh
anymore.
no, I just posted it in general. Sorry, I've only won once in the last 20
Yeah.
games. It's probably closer to like 40 or 50.
I mean, 20 game sample size just has a lot of variance, but yeah, I do think last game, since you're 9 on 5-2, that's usually enough time to like try to eventually transition your board into like all the like 2-star legendaries.
Right.
Um, I do think last game was kind of interesting because you were kind of you were set up paired for a long time and rolling for her. So it's like holding a bunch of legendaries on the bench would like delay that. But also if you think about like you didn't actually hit the Senna and you won all those rounds. So it's like if you like I don't know if I would have tried to go to 10, but just like hypothetically, you could have like gone
Yes.
for 10 there because you actually didn't change your board for a really long time.
Yeah, I think
But I yeah, I think I would
sorry.
have stayed at 9 and looked for like more legendaries to like slowly transition out your board.
I think I sat on 2 Sennas for like 8 turns with no
Yeah,
other
yeah.
upgrades. Now that I think about it.
Yeah. So it's like when you're actually playing the game, I think it's too difficult to like fight judge and be like, okay, I can just go 10 here. But like in hindsight, I guess it's like that's something that you could have done to like kind of increase like your first place.
Yeah.
Oh, I also noticed last game you didn't hold like the Yordles in your opener. I think Yordle's like one of the strongest openers as well, and it like also kind of tends to lead to first place games because you got like an econ advantage.
Yeah, I just tend to I've had a lot of like burnouts at fifth and with Euros.
Yeah, it's like a higher variance line because you're investing in kind of an econ trait, so oftentimes you have less HP. So you might go like you might get a bad placement, but if you like high roll, then like basically like if you play a standard opener and you high roll, you have good HP and then you have good like econ from winning. But if someone else does like the exact same thing with your rolls, now they also have like an extra like 4 gold around on top of it in stage 3, like a extra 10 gold around on top of it in stage 4.
Yeah, I think that's part of my problem with the current patch is I tend to prefer standard risk versus TFT.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Um,
It's definitely like you mentioned. I remember like you saying this like on day one. I think it's like definitely very much a fast time meta compared to other patches.
it's definitely a really bad patch for my playstyle because like Dish Up is probably the ideal of my playstyle, but I'm not good enough to play at his level with it.
Yeah, that
Whereas
makes sense. And you
this
can see like this soap
playstyle,
is doing like worse than like Setsuko, like by a pretty good
yeah,
margin, even though they're
this
normally pretty competitive. I think a lot of it is the patch difference that you're talking about.
and like obviously this patch is definitely a Setsuko patch.
Yep.
I like to ideally have a comfort line and like play from strong items that I know how I can get to a strong level 8 board
I think one thing you
and
can
turn that
consider
into
here,
something stronger.
um, is going LeBlanc. Because you'll get
Yeah.
like 3 Noxus right away. And you also have like the Bruiser pair.
Here I was considering Scion reroll for a second,
Okay.
but I think I decided against it pretty quickly because I saw the birthday present. Um, which is also technically a variance line. Uh, I sold out of stuff here with the intent of leveling to 5 next turn, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Kind of similar thing that I was saying in the first game. At the end of the day, like each individual round, you're right.
Yeah, I'm just heartburned. Each individual round.
Like the impact of this exact one round is like maybe not that big of a diff, but I think long term it's like a really impactful. I'm pretty sure you'll start getting like a lot more LP if you start. Because right here, right, you have Jin, who's just like a one cost nothing, but you also have Timo, who gives long shot to your Caitlyn too with Rageblade. I
That
think if
does
you
make
start
sense.
like making these adjustments, you're not making econ either way. I think that'll help you like so much. You're just gonna have on average like 20 more HP going to stage 4 every time. And that's like 2 placements essentially.
Yeah. I have noticed my openers feel pretty very. I was really upset that, and obviously the team was not a fight difference here because this guy just like,
Yeah, yeah, but it's not just there, right?
but yeah,
Because you would have the team up for this round also. Um,
yeah.
yeah, I like that you do
I
the
don't know
Shen.
why I picked Cogs here. But yeah, I see the buy
Yeah,
immediately level.
yeah.
Put it
I
in.
would say like
I,
even here, like again, you're not making econ anyway. Like Aphelios over Jin.
yeah, it makes sense. I hover it too.
Yeah. What I personally like to do is I just kind of have like the like muscle memory of scanning my board every round and be like, do I have any dead units? So in this case, it would be like Jin.
I think I, yeah.
Oh, I think this is yeah. I think this.
This is probably weaker. Yeah.
I mean, I think you could just play both of them. So like you could do the Caitlyn 2 instead of the Aphelios here. You would have to win the round to make econ. But yeah, I think like you're just losing too much. I mean, losing an upgraded unit as well as Piltover, I think is just like too much.
I think my thought process here was I wanted the Draven specifically because I have a really good slam for Draven, and I also am playing Birthday Present, which means I want the econ.
Yeah, I mean you could still play the Draven just over the Aphelios because
That makes sense.
if you win the round you make econ, and then if you lose the round, I mean you might lose the round because you sold the Caitlyn. Yeah, Twist of Fate here over Aphelios.
Yeah,
And then
I
you
don't know if I
also
did that.
yeah you also don't need the Vi. So
I
again,
could
like
go
kind of
Loris
scanning your board,
actually.
I'd be like, okay, the Vi is a dead unit.
Yeah, I actually think Vi over
Yeah, you could go Twisted Fate over Vi as
just
well.
with
That'd be
Vi. Yeah, that's probably strongest because of the Sunder. Uh, I don't know why I don't buy it.
yeah. I mean, it's hard to see. Like this is. Oh, also one thing I noticed. I think sometimes I notice like you're uh sitting in this Discord and then playing your own game. I don't know how often you're like watching something else while playing your own game, but I think doing that makes it a lot harder to do those things. I'm not saying like you don't have to do. I'm not saying you have to stop doing that. I do that a lot personally, because it's just like it's like more it's more challenging to just hard focus on a game, but that is something that does affect it. Just so like you're aware of it, basically.
Yeah, yeah. In this game specifically, I wasn't doing that. I was listening to music.
Sorry,
I
say
just had
again.
music. In this specific game, I just had music in the background, and I was
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's basically like when your attention is split, it makes it much harder to like see these things. Yeah,
I
same
think
thing
I was thinking
here.
of something stronger here. It's probably Leon over Vi, right?
Yeah, I think just something like that. I forgot what your Piltover is, but like Boris over the Aphelios is pretty reasonable as well. I think over indexing on frontline because you have Rageblade, like fairly reasonable.
It was Cogs, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, so that's the mana regen one?
Yeah, mana regen and AP.
Yeah.
I don't know why I picked it, to be honest. I had a Queens. I think I had the overclocked too. I don't know why I picked it. I locked that shop apparently. I locked that shop because I think I wanted to level to 6 following the creep round
Yeah.
and put in GP Darius.
Yeah, I think just like losing on for it is better. Locking it, you're kind
Yeah,
of
so
losing 2 gold. Obviously, like a shop is worth less than 2 gold. Otherwise, you would just like roll immediately. I
I
think it's
hit
just solution
the
here. Yeah,
yeah.
it doesn't.
I hit the sign.
Yeah, a shop is like less than 2 gold, but I think it's more than 1 gold, right? That's kind of what I think. So instead of locking, you can just lose 1 gold on fine.
Can I lose this combat to
Measure
save them there?
100 HP.
I think maybe if I didn't have no Vi at this point's not dead. Uh I picked a decision here and immediately level if I recall correctly. Or no, I don't immediately level.
Yeah, I'd
Oh
probably
wait.
wait just because like you lost the previous round, so so it's not as important. I think if you win the previous round, I think I would still probably wait, but yeah, I'd say the most
Yeah,
important thing is just look for a like quick striker again here, because your main carry is a quick striker, so that's like this is also kind of what I was saying, like just like the muscle memory for me is I'm always seeing this like okay, like my main carry's like trait, do I have it? Especially in the early.
yeah, I should have bought the together here.
No, it's okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, I know you know, but it's I'm just like pointing out. It's like just really important
Yeah.
because between these 2 games, I think you probably between the 2 games together, you probably could save like 40 to 50 HP. Just like making these small adjustments. So I think like you're absolutely capable of doing that. And once you start doing that, I'm pretty sure you'll start winning way more games.
Okay, so I slam level here
Yeah, I
with the
think it's fine.
GP. I don't know what I think I moved the items to the GP for a round. Or no, not yet.
I'm
But I
okay
do
not moving
remember I putting
items
the items to
just
GP.
because you have a lot of frontliners, so having like a backline carry is like kind of nice. Because a GP, um, he's a stronger unit, but he might only live half as long as Draven. So in that case, like the Draven would just do like doing damage for double the length of time, makes up for not doing as much damage for each time he's alive.
I remember saying anything but a spatula here,
Yeah,
which is funny because in previous sets, spatula is like, please give it to me. I think I kill
yeah.
last whisper.
Spatula in general, usually is worth more than a component, but I think people, including myself, like don't really know what to play with it yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I would take Spat there either. Um, for basically what I said.
Yeah. And then here I got the Briar, so I itemized the GP
Yeah,
because I have both his traits active.
yeah. Like you win this fight either way, but you can see that how like your GP's
Yeah.
dead here, and you still have a lot of health in the front line. So this is a spot where This is a spot where it's like it could be an items on Draven winning actually.
And I take explosive growth here. I hit a
Oh wait, what'd you take on 3-2?
I took indecision.
Oh yeah, yeah. Right. So,
I think indecision's like top 5 augments in the game. I don't know if
I
that's
think
the
it's
correct meta to read, but
I don't think it's that good. Because you're basically paying 2 gold around to get your augment later. Um, if you kind of compare the augments that give you, I mean, comparing explosive growth, for example, something that gives you the gold immediately, you're kind of, in a sense, also like paying 2 gold around to get your power later. Another thing you can compare is like forward thinking, explosive growth. All these things compared to uh, stuff that gives you econ immediately, they're pretty similar. Like for example, indecision into gain 21 gold is pretty similar to just taking explosive growth to begin with.
yeah. I just the way I see it is um I'm pretty sure if you flipped a augment, it doesn't come back, right?
Sorry, say it one more time.
If you flip an augment, it doesn't come back, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think indecision is really good. Where it's like if you don't have anything else you want, you're like re-rolling all your augments in a sense. So I think that's good. But I think like I wouldn't say it's like to me that basically makes it like a pretty much like an average augment. Like I'll take it over
Okay.
a below average augment, but if I already have a
Makes
good
sense.
augment, I don't need to like re-roll it.
Makes sense. I think the choice was between forward thinking and it at that point, and I didn't. I obviously don't want to play forward thinking birthday present. That
Yeah,
sounds
yeah, definitely.
awful.
Yeah, in a sense, indecision is actually kind of similar to forward thinking, but like a less extreme version.
Yeah, it gives I think it's 14 gold, which would which let me level pretty quickly shortly after. So that's why I
I see.
took it.
I thought it was 8, but let me just double check real fast.
Yeah, I can double check for you real quick.
It's
It's an 8. Is it, I think it's 14 at prismatic.
yeah, I think gold is 8, and then Matic is well. I'm using tactics tools, or yeah, yeah. I think gold is 8, and then or either way, I think like this augment is like balanced. So I think if there's something like you what's the word?
Right?
If there's something that like you think is good, I think you can just take that. But if there's nothing you want, then you can take indecision.
Do you ever think it's slamming here actually?
I mean, I think slamming is pretty similar. Um, I think slamming is pretty good here, right? Like you want econ, so basically like you took indecision into explosive growth, which I think works out really well, especially because you can explosive growth on neutrals. But slamming is like 10 XP per round, plus 10 right now. So by 4-2, it's giving you 20.
Right.
Then by 5-2, it's giving you 30. But it also gives you like the component, right? The component, of course, is a lot of the value.
Yeah.
Um, hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think either one is good. I think like explosive growth, I would probably think is better than both of these. But then you
Okay.
got indecision into explosive, which is like perfect.
Yeah. I hit the Draven 2 naturally, so
Yeah,
I just moved the active him at this point because it doesn't make sense to be frontline carrying at that point.
yeah. But I'm thinking like if you got indecision into gain 21 gold or even into like a non-econ augment, I guess like the closest thing. Yeah, I think explosive is just really good, especially when you can do one on neutrals. It doesn't like the drawback is like pretty heavily mitigated.
So I level here and I get Misfortune, who I think is just better than Draven at this point as a carry.
Yeah, I want this GPN. Oh, you have 5 knocks.
Yeah, if I have Noxus.
Yeah, probably fine. Yeah, I don't think you need.
I think I almost get fizzed here, and
Yeah.
like every round I get fizzed, I like get closer to breaking my desk.
Uh-huh.
This unit is so frustrating because there's no like, it's not like a collie where you could like position around it.
I need to
I think
spend
I
the
just
time to learn how to do it, but no one really knows how to. I
well,
fairly confident I could figure it out, but I haven't had the time to do it.
it sounds like no one really knows how he works either, to be honest.
Yeah, like I feel like I could figure it out in maybe like less than an hour, but I've had like other stuff that's higher priority. Just because
Yeah,
like Fizz
so
hasn't been like super. Like people play Fizz, but they don't usually like itemize him. So
here I'm sitting here thinking I'm playing birthday presents.
yeah, I think
I
Doki was good.
Yeah, I just
Just
slammed
like
the duo
as much
here, I'm
econ
pretty
as
sure.
possible. Items are
And
good
I
for
hit a
like
Lucian Senna.
yeah, items are good for gold.
I'm like, oh, I am
I think
also
leveling here is
immediately
fine.
not. Uh, I think I sell the Zillion. Or do I play it? I think playing the Zillion here is wrong.
I think you should play Zillion. I think you should play LeBlanc also over some.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. What would it be over?
Probably
Is
Quick
it over
Striker.
Bruiser?
I think over Quick Striker because Quick Striker it
Okay,
is like a team buff, but the thing is like Invoker is for like your 2-star legendary.
that makes sense.
I would be pretty tempted because you have no more removers. I would be pretty tempted to just put all three of these items on Zillion, even though Last Whisper is an 80 item. The other two are kind of flex items.
I just don't see. I don't personally value Zillion very much. I guess.
Yeah, but as a 2-star, he's just gonna be stronger.
Yeah,
He's gonna for sure do more damage. He's gonna be down like one item because of oh, I think Kobuko over Alawi is pretty.
I put Koboko over something. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean you can replace Alawi because they're both bruisers. Like a very clean 1-to-1.
I think I get rid of.
Because now
I
you're
don't
like
even
three
know what.
bruiser with an Alawi, but yeah,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, I would say if you didn't have the Last Whisperer, I'd be like 100% sure that Zillion is more damage here. But with the Last Whisperer, it makes it better.
I lose this combat to an Annie, but this person I remember distinctly saying this person isn't very strong. Like I cap higher than them. I'm pretty sure, considering how broke they are.
Yeah, the fact that they already had to send it, and they're low HP, which means they're not going to be able to make econ the rest of the game. I think their spot's really bad.
Yeah,
As in, I think it's highly unlikely they top 4 from their spot.
I
I think bow is fine. You're just looking for backline items. Um, I think if you have like something immediate they can make on Zillion, ideal. But I mean,
I just don't
I think
trust.
Spark
Okay,
is also like I think you can make Spark immediately as well.
okay, that's why I did that.
Because you're always gonna have a AP carry at some point.
Yeah,
Because you're going
uh,
level 10, you're gonna do something. I
I
mean, I
ended
think
up.
Kraken is fine too.
Yeah, I'm planning. I'm planning on very heavily indexing into hopefully a kindred.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's fine.
Um,
Like,
and then I put in Fort Bruiser here. I think that's correct. What are your thoughts on that?
yeah,
Also, I
4
just
bruiser
hit
looks
Fort
fine.
Bruiser. I open cell that.
Yeah, I think this is a little bit weak because you have a 3 item gunslinger, so I think a kindred one like not that important.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I was just
Yeah, it's kind of the same concept we've been talking about the whole time, right?
yeah.
Like you're not making econ, or you are making econ either way, so you might as well just have the kindred on your bench and then play it next round. I don't think you're in a spot where like you're super time crunched. I could see like if you have to do like a full board transition, doing that to like save a little bit of APM on neutrals. But I feel like yeah, you're not that time crunched.
I think here I was considering. I think here I'm considering the Ambessa over the Zilly. For Noxus, and then because I don't really want to be playing Zillion
Yeah, I mean, I just
personally.
think
But I remember that I have XP stored,
yeah, he
so
also gets
I
stronger at
save
level
him.
10. To me, I would just
Yeah.
think like I'm pretty much never taking this off my board. Is kind of the way I think of it. Oh, I think you should play the Annie as well.
I just don't have any items, so I ended up not going in that direction.
Yeah, but again, this is like you don't have to keep her on your board, but like just pause right now. Like you could play the Annie right now instead of like a Mundo plus like a
So
Shyvana, and
Annie
that'd be stronger.
Tippers over Mundo Shyvana.
Yeah, because you have three items on a one-star Swain with no Jugger, or you do have Juggernaut actually. You have three items on one-star Swain, but you could have like two-star Tibbers instead of like Mundo Shyvana. This, I mean, this is just really similar to what I was talking
Wait,
about
did
with
I
stage
get
two.
Annie from the? No. Oh, I did get Annie from the birthday
That,
present.
yeah, because you also are 1 out of 2 Arcanists as well. I guess. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. You beat 3 out of 2. Um, but this is really similar to what I'm talking about in stage two, where it's like even if you don't want any on your final board, she's just your strongest board right now. So just play her.
Yeah. I just I guess my evaluation of Annie is if she doesn't have whatever it's called mana items, she's kind of a dead unit.
Yeah, but the main thing is you have 3 items on a swing one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you could just have Tibbers too. In fact, I feel like you could maybe
Yeah, I
because I mean
probably do win this fight
Mundo is
with
a
Tippers too.
completely dead unit, right? And then
Yeah.
I would say even like Koviko. I mean, I feel like you could replace almost any 2 units on your board with any Tibbers and stronger.
I go Fiddle over that. That's Fiddle's really strong. I lock this to see Swing 2 next turn.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think like whatever happens from here is like probably like you probably know what to do, but I think like getting up to this point, I think we identified spots where I think it could save like maybe like upwards of like 30 HP. That's like pretty impactful.
Here I still took a good one for a Wukong one because it's a better
Yeah.
unit. Here I'm desperately thinking, please give me any Quick Striker.
Yeah, I think you already know about this, but probably like RC on SS at Mel.
Yeah.
Then you can move it later.
What do you want? I don't have any removers here though, and I
Yeah, but
did have invested
you could
too when
just
I
sell her
slammed
if
it.
you find Draven, or like I
Well,
don't even think
what?
downgrading to like almost any other unit. Like I don't think the MS is that important. You could just sell her.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is when I got it, I don't think I had a remove for.
Yeah, but you could just put it on the MS instead of the Azir. That's what I mean.
Well, I think it was an MSO one at the time. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I'm getting
Yeah,
around to it slowly.
I mean you can also sell the
Uh,
Azir. I mean, I don't. I saw you posted your introduction of how long you played TFT, but back when I started playing, we didn't have removers at all. So
yeah, I mean, I played a bit during the no remover era. I put this on the MSO.
yeah, I think that makes sense. I don't think it does anything.
I guess I full sold and put it on this show
Yeah,
now
I think that's also fine.
because I saw the quick striker now.
Yeah, I think you really need to get out of Bruiser because like your Scion and Wukong are. I mean, imagine like obviously the more expensive. I mean, you would actually have the board for it. Imagine the Scion Wukong was just like Tibbers Annie, right? Like even though with
Yeah,
no items, it's still better.
yeah, it makes sense.
But you could play other stuff, of course.
I remember I end on trying to carry this Renekton. I didn't. Holy crap! I didn't even realize this post game. Actually, I think I did notice it later. I have a random Azir when I already have Azir too. That's trolling.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this fight was really close, so I think it's just like some really small board improvements, like the Wukong um being like Tarek for Wukong right now, for example.
Yeah, that makes sense actually. I think I do. Do I? I think I saved gold because I wanted to roll after Creeper.
Yeah,
I probably shouldn't have.
I mean you could just sell the Wukong and play the
Yeah, yeah,
Tarek
yeah.
on your board instead. But even just these like really small board improvements.
I don't know why I cared about this Wukong upgrade. Actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, I mean there's just a lot to. I mean there's a lot to do. It's like very understandable.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
here I go third.
Yeah, I think in the end game, it's like harder to pay attention to, but I think like that type of mistake where you have like again, like I call this a dead unit, where you have like a dead unit on your board, I think is like I think especially in stage two, I think that's gonna make like the biggest impact. I think if you just try to get in the habit of like every round be like, okay, do I have any dead units on my board? And replacing them, I think you if you're able to do that, I think you'll gain like so much LP because it's actually so impactful.
Um, so I should try and prioritize when I can. I
Yeah,
need to
I guess I would
prioritize trade.
say, especially in the early game, like prioritize like looking through each new shop and being like, okay, like is there anything that's stronger than something on my board?
Right.
Um, at least from these two games, I think like relative to everything else you're doing, obviously like you're already like a fairly high level player. Relative to everything else you're doing, I think like that's by far like your biggest weakness because I think like
Okay.
your items are good, positioning is like good, the boards and level timings you have are like good. I mean, I won't have rolled for the vibe, but other than that, I think like everything econ wise, you're making pretty much appropriate breakpoints. I think you can be a tiny bit less greedy maybe, but I think it's like fine. So yeah, I think it's just like watching out for strongest board is the biggest thing.
Okay. I will say,